Hello everyone, welcome back to Isolation, the series that is all about riding bikes, building trails, and making the most of life during the pandemic. We're gonna keep things going. This series is not over yet. My goal is to get to 100 episodes before the pandemic's over. All right, let's go. What's up everyone? We're out here this morning at Moon Boot. This is my trail that I was sessioning last week on the San Quentin, hitting all those big jumps. This is the step up behind me here. I absolutely love this zone. The forest is so beautiful, it is so dialed, and it's nice and close to home. The one thing that has stopped me in the past from making a full trail out here is the fact that there is a little uphill section between that last big jump and the rest of the forest before I have quite a bit of elevation again. So I'm thinking I'm finally gonna bite the bullet. We're gonna build a little climbing section in the middle and then continue to more downhill because the terrain is really cool. It's a lot steeper than Sharknado, and I might be able to build something completely different from what I have so far. And that really excites me, a new challenge, a new canvas. Let's get out there and have a scout around. There is a solid dusting of snow and everything today. We got a couple inches of snow over the last day or so here. And yeah, this last booter looks pretty gnarly with a bit of snow on top of it. And here's the landing of the last booter right here. And as you can see, the run out ends where I'm standing and then it goes into an uphill section right here. And I'm thinking this is a natural uphill curve to build a jump that will get me up this hill here, or at least a good section of this hill. Kind of what I'm thinking as the very first project is to build maybe another shark fin, Sharknado style, and have like a finned out speed gap that might be like out to about head height. So make it nice and tall, and that might be able to be done in a way that will give me enough speed to get me onto this next hill way up here, about, I don't know, 20 feet or so out, or maybe a little more, onto this little shelf. And then I won't be able to make the landing very big unless I really cut out of the ground, but I feel like that will allow me to have enough momentum to generate speed up this little hill here. My buddy Gavin was already in here flagging out a line and started building. We have a little bit of single track cut in through here, and then as you can see right beside me here, there is a small little booter right there. What I want to do is dial in this jump some more, so make it a little wider, maybe push the gap back a bit. And I know that you're gonna have a lot of speed coming into it, so you have a nice consistent grade even though it's pretty flat. And then from here we have a little landing zone that I'm standing on, and immediately you go into steeper terrain. And there's already a little bit built here, which is really cool. I'm gonna like talk with the other guys and we're gonna try to coordinate what exactly the line's gonna be in here, because there's potential for some really rad stuff. I might even make my own like secondary line beside what they've started already. But this is what we got going here. So there's a berm that kind of pushes you to the rider's right, and then a catcher corner, a pretty tight catcher corner, and then it goes into like really steep terrain right away. So that is gnarly. This is like straight down the mountain behind me. It doesn't really translate perfectly through camera how steep this actually is, but it's gnarly. It's thick in the trees, and there's also a really big rock face behind me here that would be cool to utilize somehow, maybe if we can link a line in. Maybe I'll even do my own line that parallels what these guys have started, and we'll get a little more creative with stuff and try to play around. Another option is to go to the rider's right of the existing line that has been started here and work with this area right over here, because I love this landscape that I'm looking at. It's even like really interesting because there is kind of a bowled out shape to the forest. So you could do like natural S-turns through this steep stuff. And then you have a few little rocks you could kind of work with. There's like a really cool just shelf right here that I'm standing on, and a little shelf off this rock you could pop off, maybe go that way. There's so much you could do. There's a lot of options, and this snow is making it pretty hard to tell what I'm actually looking at. But I find this whole landscape to be quite inspiring and completely different than Sharknado. It's a lot steeper, a lot more rugged. So building isn't gonna go quite as fast, but we're gonna get a really unique line here. Like there is such cool terrain in here, like just all the shapes of the forest. Like I'm looking at what's ahead of me here and how I could just like let these little bumps in the woods catch me and pop me all down this hill. And kind of like, it's gonna be more of a trying to control your speed and navigate your way down this versus get as much air as possible. And wherever there is an option for a bigger jump, I'm gonna try to throw it in here and play around with it. Like even looking right here, this could be a landing into a berm, into a steep section, into another corner maybe, I don't know. And it would be so cool to have like such a diverse trail that starts off with big booters and ends with steep downhill and fast catcher turns and really cool stuff like that. So I'm excited, something brand new, fresh canvas, let's get after it. Okay, we did it. We got this started. I have a lip that's about shoulder height behind me, starting to shape up, and that's been really solid. This massive boulder was definitely a struggle. I battled that for about half an hour, then realized it's a two-person job. There's no way I'm getting that. And then the second battle for the day was this giant root system that I totally forgot about. I remember that discouraged me after I built this jump the very first time, and that's kind of why I stopped it here, because it goes uphill, there's roots everywhere. But we're gonna battle through it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that there are roots there, and I'm just gonna raise the forest floor up by a couple feet. And what that will allow me to do is make the base of this jump a little higher than it is now, and then we'll have like a nice takeoff, like a nice berm transitioning into a takeoff that won't be too long, and then we can carry as much momentum as possible. That will be super key because we need to carry momentum and speed to get up that uphill section right there. And I want to be able to have like a 30-foot gap or so leading into the uphill section, so we're really cruising and it's not going to be too much of a struggle. Ideally, like a nice flowy line top to bottom, even if there's an uphill section right through the middle there. Okay, so that is it for the day. We battled through the cold weather. The GoPros didn't survive the day, but you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. Can't document every second of it, and yeah, things are looking great. I'm really stoked. Let's go try to ride in this weather now and see how snowed in the trails are. Oh man, I'm starting to think this was not a good idea. Look how deep the snow is here. I'm about 3/4 of the way of how high I wanted to go, but I think I'm gonna duck in early, and then hopefully we can get down this without just like slogging our way down. It's so deep, ridiculous. Oh, it's deep. Oh my God. Oh, why did I even try that? Not a chance. I might be able to hit this drop. Definitely not the jumps after it. It's just to brush some snow off here and we're good to go. Well, that certainly wasn't the greatest ride of all rides, but you know, it still feels good to be out here. And let me know what you guys think you like more, the shots on the GoPro Hero 7 with the gimbal or the GoPro Max just straight on the chest with nothing else. The reason I'm still using a gimbal is because I just love how smooth of shots you can get. Even though I'm on the GoPro Karma grip gimbal and I need to have the Hero 7 on there, the older GoPro I find has like a creamier, smoother look to it. And the GoPro Max is a lot sharper, not quite as high of resolution, but it is like nice and wide field of view and you have like a different perspective. The footage almost looks faster on the Max. So let me know what camera you like better. That's gonna help me kind of dictate which one to shoot with more. I'm kind of jumping back and forth. I'm not sure what shots I like the best. All right, that is it for this episode of Isolation. Thanks so much for watching and stay tuned for more. I'm so stoked I'm back out there at Moon Boot, making progress, getting more stuff done. And remember, if you want to be featured at the end of any of these videos, then go to the link in the description here and upload your content to the group folder so I can download it and throw you at the end of the next videos. Here are this episode's submissions. See you guys later. Thanks so much.